Hello, my name is Chuck Ross, and we're playing Terraria. That's right. This is probably just going to be a one-off because I just want to show how much fun this game is. It is, imagine 2D Minecraft, but absolutely in a different direction. It is so much fun. So I just kind of want to show it off. Also, little thing you can do on the menu, you can play around with the sun. So that's cool. So let's load up a game. Apparently, none of my characters are here, which is cool. Apparently, I played it on January 20th of, I have no idea what year that is. But we're just going to go ahead and make a new one. And for the fun of it, what is medium? I think we'll just go classic. And we will go pretty simple. Cool, we will call that good, and we will go with a new world. Now, in Terraria, you are actually able to, first of all, just roll the names, which is kind of fun, and roll the seeds. There are also secret seeds. I don't remember any off the top of my head. I think there's one called Red's Revenge, which is weird. For now, we will go with that, and we will go, let's see. I like the medium world size. As far as the world difficulty, I think we'll just go with classic. I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. I prefer corruption over crimson, but we'll just leave it a chance. And I think we'll just click the seed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll just see what we get. So, because of the loading bar, we actually know we're getting a corruption, which is good. I prefer that. As of right now, I'm going to leave the sound just like the music as it is because it's so good. But we will have to see because there is a chance that it's just going to be a little weird with the editing. So, for now, we're just stuck with what it is. Alright, cool. We are good to go with Terraria and Tribulations. Here we go. Aw, yeah. Why can I not see... Well, I don't know why, but for some reason when I first loaded in, it wouldn't let me see any of my stuff. So I kind of had to just shut it down and try that again. But now, you can actually see, like, my hotbar up here, and the little map here, and all of that. So we just gotta, get the chopping. Very much like Minecraft, you just gotta punch a tree a couple of times to, get some stuff going. Oh man, it's been a minute since I played this game. It is so much fun. So in this world, we have our very own guide. And you kind of want to keep him alive, for now at least. One thing you can do is actually go into crafting, and then show him what you've got. So I can take like logs or planks, and then it'll show you all of the things that you can craft. And what kind of workbench you have to use to craft them. So I need to craft some torches, which I believe is, slime and wood. So we'll do that. And we also just kind of need to go exploring a little bit because I want stuff. So we are going to a desert that is not a great place to be. Ooh, there's a chest. Nice. So as far as the controls go, you can use just the grid or turn the grid off in the settings. And what you can also do is press control, and that allows you to sort of like auto pick what you're doing. So if you're holding, if you're looking at a wall block behind you and press shift while that's selected, it will automatically assume you're trying to place a torch. I might die. That would not be fun. Let's see what we got in this chest. Okay, we've got an umbrella. Cool. Grenades. Okay. Lead bar, rope, potions, torches, and coins. Nice. I am going to take this chest for later. Another thing is you actually probably want to collect some sunflowers because up here they give you a little bit of a buff when you're around them. So you like to put those around your base. That makes things a little bit easier to handle. This looks like a bigger cave than I want to deal with right now. So I'm just going to go over. So this game actually came out just about the same time as Minecraft. There was very little time difference between them. So people have always kind of joked between the two player communities of which one came first or which one is the better one. Okay. That's cool. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Ooh, this is looking kind of jungly, and I don't think I like that. So I can, if I want to, use that recall potion and try to get out before it becomes a problem. Oh, that's... Oh, okay. Yep. That is a jungle. Those are not fun for beginners. So I think we will just make our way back here. How much money did I lose? I think I will Let's see, do I have any equipable items? Wand of Sparking, that's cool. That's a magic item. I have 100 life total and 1 mana star, which is 20 mana points, I guess. So I want to go ahead and... Nope. Where are you? There you are. Let's go ahead and put some of you guys around so that I can get a little bit of a buff. And I believe they do kind of stack. Not like fully, but at least a little bit. But it is approaching night, so we actually kind of need to get some rooms set up. And for right now, we're just going with a good old dirt building. Now, one thing that's really cool is that you can actually just kind of place it where a block is, and it will automatically swap the blocks for you. What are you doing? Get back in here. All right, we need to make a crafting bench quick, and you can go there. And we need a couple of doors there, and we will go there. Okay, we are now technically safe from the enemies. However, this is not considered a house because Terraria is like 2.5 dimensions. So you have obviously the dimension that we're on, and then you have a wall dimension behind you. Now, in order for this to be considered a home, you need to put up walls. So we're just going to go ahead and make a couple of those, and then use the sort of fill-in to go ahead and do that. Oh, this needs to be there needs to be a chair here for it to be considered a house, I think. It has been a minute since I played, so let's go ahead and make a campfire as well, because that kind of helps speed up the healing process. We'll replace that torch, and we're just going to let him beat on the door for a bit. Oh, why would you do that? There we go. And now we're just going to start digging. Okay, how do I open? There we go. So I click house, and here, question here. This housing is suitable. Cool. Can I place you? There we go. Cool. He now sees this as his home. Let's go ahead and make ourselves some wooden armor. So we're just going to go ahead and get mining, because even in Minecraft, when it's nighttime and you got nothing else to do, you just go mining. So that's what we're going to do here. Now, I just broke this house, so I need to put a platform here. There we go. That is now a house again. Oh, I didn't even see that. I have a bauble, I think is what they're called. If I have that equipped, it will actually just increase my defense by 1, which is good. And it increased my melee speed by 2, which is nice. Sometimes they will have a debuff, which is not as fun, but, you know. I have another one, which I can only have one of them. Okay, so do I want more damage or more melee? I think I'll take more damage. I gotta be honest, I don't think I've ever gone this far without finding a cave before. That's kind of impressive. Oh, there's definitely a cave somewhere close, and it sounds like it's to the left. Oh, or it's just below. Nice. So I could get the copper, but we should be able to find some pretty decent stuff at this point, so I'm not terribly concerned. I should have been more careful about that. That drop could have killed me. Well, not killed me, but it could have hurt for sure. That looks like lead, I think. So there are 2 kinds of ore sets that you can get per world. And I think I've got copper, lead, and then I don't know what the other one's going to be. But the other option is like tin and something else. I don't remember exactly. I don't think I can jump that. So let's go ahead and make some more platforms. And because there's a wall back here, I can actually just place blocks there, which is nice. And that is going to be tungsten, I think. And I think I saw a chest here. Yep, okay. Ooh, the boomerang. That's nice. Okay. We will definitely take that. And, ooh, it's got a nice modifier. So the weapons in this game have modifiers where some of them, like I said, with the baubles and things, some of them are better, some of them are worse. So you could end up with like a busted... Ooh, I'm going to die if I don't get out of here soon. There we go. Okay, so some of the weapons have modifiers that are like rickety, where it doesn't do as much damage as it should. Some of them have some pretty good ones. I think, can I go ahead and upgrade this already? It looks like it. Okay, nice. Enchanted boomerang. What's the modifier? Broken. There we go. So it, I think that's worse than the boomerang that I had, but it does a different kind of damage as well. That definitely could have been better, but, you know. What's cool, though, is that it counts as a melee weapon, even though you can kind of get a bit of range with it. Oh, wait, do I have... I do. Okay. So I got bombs from one of the chests earlier, so I can actually use that and the gel from the slimes and make those into sticky bombs, which are really fun. So if I want to just get a bunch of this water out of the way now, I can just do that. And then wait. Nice. So if you look back at the map here, we explored to here. I could probably make it back, and that probably is the direction I'll go, but let me show you why I'm going to go back in the same direction I went last time. And that is because I can almost guarantee that right over here, there's going to be corruption. Yep, certainly looks corruption-y. And I don't really think I want to do that, because those things are not fun. It kind of looks like my wand is the best option right now, which isn't terribly surprising, considering the absolutely terrible modifiers we got on that. But now that I have a long-range melee weapon, dealing with these vultures won't be too much of a problem. So one of the cool things about Terraria is that the biomes are dependent on the blocks that you have placed around you. So as an example, if I dug up all of the sand in this desert, it would actually stop being a desert. And if I were to place a whole bunch of sand and cactus in something, I don't remember the full requirements for what it takes for a desert specifically, but one of the things you can do is, like, if you wanted to just make a biome wherever you wanted to, you literally can do that. It's very cool, and that actually becomes quite an important game mechanic later on, because the corruption is something that you can actually get rid of. Eventually, when you get, like, way further down the line and you defeat things like the Wall of Flesh, at least one other biome starts popping up, and that is the... I can't remember what it's called. Oh no. It's kind of like a fairy biome. Like, it's all magical and stuff, except it's, like, cursed. So one of the other fun things is there are different kinds of builds that you can do. One thing that I was kind of talking about is how this boomerang is actually a melee weapon. Now, the wand is obviously a magic weapon, and you can kind of set your build style to play a certain way. So I will probably end up going melee, but I will probably focus mostly on the... Ooh, nice, I can collect my tombstone. I will probably focus on a melee build. I think that's typically what I do. However, I will also typically focus... Oh, that was useless. I will also typically focus on a distance melee, so like throwing objects that are considered melee attacks. And what that means is that I will also pick different little baubles and stuff, accessories, that are going to increase or decrease my efficiency on that sort of, with that sort of stuff that I picked. That is a bat, and I don't want you to hurt me. You can also zoom in and out in this game, which I usually play a little zoomed in, but not as zoomed in as I normally am, or as I was for most of this. But I also kind of want to show you what this this place looks like, and everything looks a little small. So I'm gonna zoom back in. Okay. Oh, nice. I was. That is lucky. I probably would have died if that wasn't water. And this is looking a little more than I can handle, so I'm just gonna return. The boomerang says 12 melee damage, and these throwing knives say 12 range damage. So the armor that I pick will actually change the stats, and then also the little accessories will also change. Like, this says +3 damage, but then some of them will say +3 melee damage, stuff like that. Okay, this is something you're going to want to see. So these are amethysts, and I got a pretty decent vein here. I don't think it's going to be enough to do what I want to with it, but once I have enough, I can actually make a hook, like a grappling hook, and it's one of the most useful things you will ever get in this game. Let's check with the guide. What do you got? For a grappling hook, I need 15. Oh, so close. So while I'm walking, I might as well talk about what I'm kind of doing this for. I am going to be doing a lot of work very soon in the single-player world, the Trials and Tribulations. And I kind of realize that if I want to do it, I'm kind of going to have to spend a lot of time kind of getting it all done, because it'd be cool to do it in segments, just, you know, I think that'd be an easier way to do it, but I think as far as videos go, it would probably be better just to do as a single video. Oh, the Antillians. I mean antlions. I misread them once when I first started playing, and they're just stuck in my head as Antillions, and they are antlions. But no, so I plan on doing a lot of the castle and the castle walls very soon, and realize that, first of all, I might have to kind of do quite a bit of terraining first, and that's going to be a whole process. And on top of that, I might end up having to tear down some of the other things that I've already done, specifically the tower that I built fairly recently, because with the terraining that I'm planning on doing, it might just end up kind of having to be that way. So I think the next episode should, hypothetically, well, first of all, I expect the next one will be next week, but also I think it will probably be a pretty big one. So hopefully look forward to that. And if on the other chance you actually just want to see me play more Terraria instead, which is perfectly fine with me, I love this game, then also let me know. Because this is a whole lot of fun. It gets into a whole lot of boss battles and just like the maxing out your character stats for other like specific things. It's such a fun game. I don't know, it feels to me like you don't really get, like, definitely there's crossover, but it feels like there's not as much crossover between the two player bases as I think there should be. So if I can get at least anyone to start playing this game that's been out about as long as Minecraft, I would be very happy. Not to mention, they're actually just going to be doing a new update here fairly soon, I think. Or, I think, actually no, I might have heard that there will be a new update, but it will probably be next year. Oh, I forgot, I need to get some of this jungle wood. But I also need to get some of this jungle dirt. But similar to how biomes change depending on how much of that... Ooh, that is a cave down there. Similar to how biomes change depending on the amount of that kind of block is in the area. That is also the same when it comes to growing trees. So when you grow... You know, all the tree seeds are acorns, and it depends on what you place them on that depends on how they're going to grow. So if I put an acorn on the sand, it will grow up to be a... whatever the beech tree is going to be. Like a palm tree, I guess. And if I were to grow it on the kind of muddy grass in the jungle, it'll be one of the jungle trees, or the mahogany, I think. Also, out of curiosity, if you clicked on this because you're a Terraria player, and you were curious what a Minecraft player thinks about it, do you also play Minecraft, or do you just play Terraria? And if you clicked on this video as a Minecrafter, do you also play Terraria, or just Minecraft? Because, like I was kind of saying earlier, it seems like people are either one or the other, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of crossover. But that might just be my misperception there. So much with the water and the water. Oh, that's not good. Well, one of these days I will actually make it to the end. The map is the size of that scroll. Man, this medium is bigger than I thought. Blueberries. Ooh, we have reached a cave. Ooh, okay. So this little guy is going to try to lead me to treasure. And you want to go this way. Oh, nice. Awesome. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab you. And we're going to go ahead and use you immediately. So basically you just take it and you eat it. And now we have 120 life instead of just 100. Now, be aware if you try to play this for the first time, once you get to a certain amount of extra life, you will get a chance of I think the Eye of Cthulhu will start spawning at night. And that becomes difficult if you're not expecting it. So just be aware. And these usually have some pretty good loot, especially for early games, so nice. We will go ahead and put you guys on. So this will allow us to slide down walls. There's another piece. I think they go into hands. And they will let you kind of climb up walls. There we go. Oh, let's be a little bit more careful now. Oh. That's going to happen to you quite a bit. Oh, do you see that? There's a pressure plate there, and if I were to step on it, that boulder is going to kill me. And that is also, if you play this for the first time, that's going to happen a lot. Ooh, okay. An extractinator. That's nice. Ooh, what is that? Is that going to be silver, maybe? Platinum. Ooh, okay. So I have platinum instead of gold. And probably... Oh, I can't remember what the silver one is. Thank you very much. And this thing right here is danger. That's all this is. This is the antlion nest. And you can tell because of that horrendous noise. And for me at my current level, the only thing in there is death. So I will probably not bother going in there. Thank you for the sapphire, though. And what do we have in here? I'll take you. Thank you very much. And, ooh, the mace. Oh my gosh. It's my favorite melee weapon. Oh. I can go ahead and... Ooh, yeah, that's right. I can go ahead and make my hook. So I press E, I think. Yes. Oh, that's going to make using the going around the cave so much easier to do. And now, flaming mace. So with a flaming mace, you can kind of just hold left click, and that sort of swings it around. You can let go of it. It'll toss it out a bit. And then you can also toss it out and then hold again, and that'll sort of keep it out. So if, say, we had, a row of zombies coming, I could toss it out and then sort of let it sit there, and they would just sort of bump into it. Now, I specifically grabbed the extractinator because it is a very useful thing, especially for the early game, because we have a whole bunch of silt blocks. And what I can do is run these through the extractinator, and sort of like a sieve in some of the modded games, and then some of the modded Minecraft things, you can sort of get stuff. Well, I figured that I would just kind of come back down here and pick up some more stuff while I was waiting for the rain to stop, and also I can show off the super cool stuff that you can do with this. Ooh, those are not fun. Anyway, I was going to come down and show off the super cool stuff that you can do now that I've got the grappling hook. But then I came down here and found that there is actually a rail mine, or mine rail, and those always lead somewhere interesting. So, ooh, that is a very trap chest. Zoom out a little bit. Oh. So I'm taking this very slowly intentionally because quite often this will lead directly into some sort of trap or just generally a bad place to be. This time it did not. So this is a mushroom biome, and this, I don't think this is technically a gem cave, but it certainly seems to be with the amount of gems around here. And I know I've said this before about Minecraft, but Terraria is also the same kind of game where honestly I can just go and I can go exploring in the caves for ever. I don't think I would ever have to come back to the surface, and I would just have the best time. Ooh, that's a little farther away than I thought. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Whew. But while I'm here... Oh, nice, we got a compass. Okay. And a robot hat. Okay. They have a lot of vanity items in here, so what does it look like? Vaguely robotish. Cool. And I'm going to... Oh, that's not great. So, another thing that happens in this game is a blood moon. And a whole bunch of creatures start spawning all at once, and they are very angry. It is a lot worse on the surface. So, as of right now, I shouldn't be in too much danger. Oh my, that looks like quite a bit. So, I think... once I take this, the Eye of Cthulhu can start spawning in. Yeah, I think that's the case. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I've had so much fun just playing that I kind of forgot to, like, commentate or anything. I've just been having a blast. Let me get some of this inventory sorted. Quick stack. Oh, so good. Let's see, we have some platinum. Nice! That is a decent amount. Okay. Oh, that falling star reminds me. I actually have enough mana crystals, or I'm sorry, fallen stars to make a new mana crystal, which means I now have 40 mana? Yeah. I think going armor would be the best, but man, that's going to be expensive. Oh, I think we'll go tungsten. Because at least that way I think I should be able to get the set bonus. So we'll try that. All right, and what is it? Set bonus, +3 defense. Nice. Okay. I think I'm going to take off the very silly getup. Ooh, yeah, the armor's cool. So, if you start playing Terraria, I recommend, before you can get the piggy bank, which is an item that you get from one of the traders, I definitely recommend you getting a chest and storing a whole bunch of your stuff in it, because you drop your coins when you die. So, be aware of that. Since I have the extractinator and I have 213 silt blocks, let's just see what we get. Let's go gambling. Cool. Yeah, honestly, we didn't get a whole lot of great out of this, because there are like pets and things that you can get out of these. Pets is the wrong word. There's like a mount, I think, that you can get, or it's just like a following thing. I don't know. There's a whole bunch to this. There's rideable mounts. There's little flying pets. Whole bunch of just random stuff. Have I said this game's a lot of fun yet? I don't know if I have. But you know what? This is mostly a Minecraft channel after all, and I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't do something like, I don't know, build? So I'm going to build a new little house real quick. It's pretty straightforward because, you only have to build a single dimension and like a half. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to take on a boss maybe, and then I think we'll call it from there. So let me get some stuff together. Well, first, I think we have to make our basement actually a basement and structurally sound, so we're going to go ahead and replace this with stone. Although, can I make brick? I think that's what I want to do. Let's do that instead, because natural blocks enemies can spawn on. So you want to avoid using natural blocks in your home. Plus, if you accidentally do that and you're trying to make a home for one of the villagers, they just won't recognize it as a house because, if it's just like dirt or normal stone, they just think that's part of the normal terrain. And then let's go ahead and make some background walls. That should be enough. Actually, that might not be enough. In order to interact with the background, you have to have a hammer, and you have to be on one of the places where it doesn't connect. Unless you're just replacing it, at which point you can just do that. Nice. The basement is now stone. And let's actually take the stone up to the top to about here. Nice. That's looking pretty good. And then just for matching's sake, let's go ahead and make those platforms out of stone as well. Let's use those wood platforms to make a way up into the next floor. And we will actually go in the same spot. And then I think we'll just do platforms all the way across. If I decide that doesn't look good later, I will change it. And let's do more stone for the roof. Let's do a slanted roof. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a 3 kind of overhang. And we will go like that. And I don't know where the center of this building is, so for now I will just go out 3 on this side and then kind of meet up in the middle. So next I'm going to take the hammer and I'm going to beat this until it is a slight slope, which would be easier to see in the daytime, but it is not a problem, because you just hit it twice. And then let's do the same thing on the inside. I think I want those thicker, so I might actually go ahead and add a second layer to the inside. And now we beat it into submission again. I think that looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is come in and do more of the wood walls on this floor. Make sure you fill in the corners, run out of stuff completely. And actually, you know what? Because I want to make a campfire into a fireplace. So I am actually going to move some of this stuff around a little bit so that I can actually fit some of the stuff in here. And I think I want a fireplace right where this is. We will do fireplace there. Nice. Let's move that out of the way for now. So we're going to take our gray brick and we're going to take that up the middle here to make it look like the chimney is going up the side. We don't need you anymore. And now we can fill in the rest of the wood, hopefully. So I will come in here and just fill in those little cracks here, since that's right behind the stone. So they're technically not a problem, but visually they're just kind of in the way. You can go there. Of course, the candle has to be made of gold. I think I might kind of skimp out on the littler ones, or on the upper floors. I think I might just go with like tin, because that looks close enough, right? Another thing that you can do is to save a little bit of space, since I kind of placed all these willy-nilly before I had like a place for all this stuff. I can actually put the anvil on a platform above the chest, and I can still use it for crafting, and then I can put the furnace there, okay? So now I can reach all of them at once. Apparently that's just out of reach. That's a shame. So I'm actually going to replace most of this with wood again. Of course, it's an even number house. How did I do that? Close enough. I guess the top floor is just getting some torches for now. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. And in case I somehow manage to get some extra company, you get a little spot up here. Now, the last thing I think I'm going to do... Is that going to be at this workstation? Ooh, the merchant is here. Hey, what do you know? Just in time. Nice. I get a chimney. So, Eugene the merchant, you are going to live on the second floor. Congratulations. So I need you, I think, to go... Oh, and the nurse is here. How nice. That's actually perfect. Okay. The chimney can go here. What do you require? So then... Okay. That's weird. Okay. We'll just... We won't ask questions. We will just take it. If that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and widen that chimney now that I look at it. Do I have enough blocks? I probably have enough. Yeah, the building in this is super simple. It's just going from Minecraft to this, you kind of have to think a little bit differently, but it's a lot more straightforward because, you're just looking at, a single lens, just a single canvas, and you don't have to worry about it looking good from every perspective. It's just the one that you get to see, which is kind of cool. We are looking good. And I'm going to make a bunch of campfires because campfires increase your healing rate when you are around them. And I'm going to be fighting the eye here shortly, I think. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, somehow I didn't really get any good, movement increasing baubles or whatever. The accessories. So now that I have unloaded those guys, they should have all sort of warped to their correct spots. Oh, is that Pinky? It is. Pinky has a lot of health. But gave me a... Ooh, pink slime. I don't remember what you can do with that, but it's something. Also a decent amount of money. You know what I should do since I'm already here? Let's run to the desert real quick. It's right here. Yep, here we go. Alright, looks like we're fighting whether we want to or not. So let's get ready real quick, because I don't have a whole lot of time. First, I think we're going to store our gold. Let's get some potions. No, that's going to be here. I want the better ones. I want swiftness for sure. That's kind of all I got, unfortunately. That's something I could do. I could go ahead and make an emergency platinum bow. That might not be a bad idea. Let's go ahead and do that. So I got plenty of arrows. That shouldn't be a problem. I think that's what we're rocking. Yep, here we go. So normally you would have some sort of speed thing already, which kind of helps you run and do stuff. But unfortunately, I do not. Okay, nice. I set him on fire this time. Ooh. I don't want him to hurt my villagers. We're gonna have to zoom out a little bit. Okay. Cool. Okay, at least he's almost at half, so he's gonna change his pattern of attack here in a second. Yep, here he goes. Okay, he is angry now. I'm actually not doing too bad on health, so that's not doing too bad. Oh, that was close. Well, he's gonna get really angry here in just a second. Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh, that was stupid. Yes! Okay. Let's see what we got there real quick. So we picked up an Eye of Cthulhu trophy, a Seed of Corruption, and Unholy Arrows. Those do a certain kind of damage, I think. Well, that's pretty much all I got for right now. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, let me know. As of right now, this is just kind of a one-off. But thanks so much for watching. Please, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, let me know. And in the meantime, I've been Chuck Ross. I'll see you guys next time, and bye-bye.